My car died last week. Okay, maybe it wasn't my car, it was my parents', and I just drove it a whole hell of a lot. And being the spoiled brat that I am, I adopted the car as if it was mine without paying a single cent. And since there isn't a legal document with my name on it, even though I paid for gas and stuff like that, I basically stole this car from my folks. But I gotta say, it was well worth the robbery. It was this 95 model Saab with a forest green coat, leather seats, and no air conditioning. In fact, last summer, the passenger and driver's side windows wouldn't go down, meaning I could roast a pig on the way to work if I wanted to, and it would have made for a pretty decent lunch snack, I have to say. But anyway, I drove that car for 2 years, and my parents had it for 10 years before that. And when it shit the bed, it had over 215,000 miles on it. Wow. It's a good age for a kicked around car, and I never had any problems with it. But my parents did. There were times where it would crap out on family trips or stall in busy traffic, and my dad would wet himself. But I never faced these issues as a driver. It always ran like a dream for me. So it always surprised me when my mom kept telling me that the Saab was ready for the boneyard. I just couldn't believe it. Especially even when, for weeks on end, this stupid low oil pressure light kept blinking off and on, annoying the shit out of us with its stupid bum-bum sound. Even then, I just thought the car needed an oil change, which it did. And when it was serviced, that Saab saw smooth sailing for at least 3 weeks, and within that time, I felt grateful for having a Saab that ran this well, even if it burned my ass in the summer and froze my nuts off in the winter. But anyway, on the evening of its death, me and Sam went out for Wendy's, of all things. You see, work had kicked our asses, and my parents were out of town, so we just wanted to drown our sorrows with burgers and a Frosty in an empty and quiet house. But I guess that was just way too much to ask for, because as soon as I pulled out of that drive-thru, that godforsaken low oil pressure light came on. And instead of just being the annoying pest it used to be, this time it meant business. White smoke just poured out of the hood, and Sam freaked out. She was like, we need to get out of the car, it might blow up. So I parked the car in the lot next to Wendy's and turned the sucker off, got the fuck out. A huge puddle of antifreeze pissed beneath the vehicle, along with a long line of the green piss leading back to the drive-thru where it shit the bed. And unfortunately, we had to enjoy our Baconators in the comfort and solitude of this gravelly, cigarette butt-laden parking lot while we waited an hour for the tow truck guy to get there. And when it got back to the shop, guess what? There were nearly $4,000 worth of damages. The radiator went, the head gasket blew, the engine overheated, the body was rotting, there was an oil leak inside and out of the car, and our evening was ruined, and my heart was broken. So for the time being, I have to drive my parents' cars, like this nice one here, and while I'd like to be the selfish, insensitive bastard I used to be as a teenager, I can't be that way anymore. My thieving days are over, as I would say. So I gotta be a man, and I gotta help pay for a new car. Thug life. Wanted to hit my head on the car. I was going to call this video my sob story, but, bite me.